Welcome to another episode of the End of Days podcast. My name is PJ, and I'm over here with my friends from American Theory. And I'm just going to do it because I don't know all their names. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Want to do left to right or right to left? However you guys want to start.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, I'm Nick. I play guitar.
Get a little closer, man.
I'm Nick. I play guitar.
There you go.
Spirit.
My name is Jonathan. I play bass and sometimes drums.
My name is Eric, and I play drums, and sometimes I do a little bit of screamy scream.
I'm Devin, and I sing, and sometimes I play bass.
My name's Michael, and I always play the guitar.
And you do all the sound technique and fix it.
Some of it. Not all.
That's awesome. The name of the band, American Theory.
Yep.
Who came up with that?
Yeah, that was sophomore year of high school, so 2016 or 2015 or 2016. And honestly, we were just kind of like putting words together, just trying to think of something that sounded cool. That's probably the question we get most at shows is what's the meaning behind your name? Like, where'd you guys get that from?
What's
There's
the theory?
No, there's no theory, no meaning. It's just words that we put together. So it's always like a depressing story to tell. Like, what is this? Like, it's
We
nothing.
should just start saying that it's open to interpretation.
Yeah, I mean,
Whatever it means to you.
we've had people be like, "Oh, is this what it means?" And we're like, "Yeah, that's what it means to you." Yeah,
You give
well,
it a meaning, like people
Yeah.
can give it a meaning.
and I think over time, maybe we will find meaning with it. So I think we're trying to find that, and as we, continue.
That's pretty cool. Now,
Yeah.
personally, I was telling you earlier with the political landscape,
yeah.
and American Theory could be scary though.
Yeah.
That is true, and I was thinking about that as well. So I hope that we can maybe find some meaning with it, and maybe songs can reflect that as well.
Personally,
Yeah.
like people think about. I've been here all my life. I'm from, obviously I was born in Mexico. I have
Yeah.
stated that like 100 times in every episode.
Okay.
But being part of this music scene,
Mhm.
lets you meet people from all kinds of, world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
genders or whatever. But like the name, when I was listening to some of your songs and like I was like American Theory, I kept thinking about it. I was like, what, maybe there's like some behind, but now you're saying it's like words put together. People can give like a meaning to the title.
Yeah.
It's like, personally, I tell you the name of the band is Sway, but nobody knows what it stands for, and it stands for Sex with an X.
Oh shit! I did not know that. I like that. I thought it was just like because you guys have like very vibey kind of
No, it's
like
'cause
gazy music. So I thought it was just like sway,
So- people ask me, what does that mean? I'm like, yeah, they kind of like mix it with the Post Malone song, the Sway Lee. And,
Okay,
so,
yeah.
But like I'm like, no, it means sex with an X. Like that's the meaning of it. Why? Because when we got together after years and years of not seeing each other, it felt just good.
Yeah, just as good.
It sounds horrible, but have you had that ex that you want to just fuck with again? You're like, I'm not to the newly married. We don't ask those questions. Only and to the engaged man.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
Yeah, he's the only truly single one. So, and he takes care of all the business there. So,
So you're
Mike
not
fucking
single.
John.
You're engaged to a man. They say. Just kidding. You're not single.
no, I have a girlfriend. Yeah.
He said it on the podcast. That's Stream Forever. You're married. Welcome to the club, sir. You're
Yeah,
single.
I've got a girlfriend.
Okay. Is serious?
Yeah, very serious. We live together. We got a house.
Oh,
And a
when's the
dog.
wedding? I'll be there.
That's what we're waiting
Hey.
for. Hey, that wedding, Devin's wedding, that was like
I
the
saw
most
the
lit.
pictures. I saw the pictures.
Yeah,
on your
yeah.
Instagram. That's pretty cool.
I was like, we had a great
Congratulations.
time. It was like basically like a show without a show, and we just like had a good
Did
time
your life
dancing.
change from being single, like like you dating and living together? But does it change when? To me, once I went and did the party and all that, my life changed. I'm like, oh shit, I'm really married. I had to wear the ring,
Yeah.
like for real, like.
Is yours on right now?
It is on.
Yeah, there you go.
Nobody
Zoom in.
can go out
Play
without
the
it.
sound. No. I did feel a little different. Yeah, after the wedding, I was like, but I felt good. Like I felt like I just wanted to be a better partner after the wedding. Like I was like, now that I'm officially a husband, like I
Yeah.
want to be a really good husband.
What do you do to be a better partner?
The dishes,
Well,
the
yeah.
laundry.
Let me tell you that a lot of people don't understand the dynamics of marriage. they just don't like, like even when they married, you're like, motherfucker, you don't understand the marriage because you come home and you don't do shit. I believe in that era of like, oh, men don't just work and pay. No, I believe in change. I changed my daughter's diapers. I am involved in her school. They school hate me because I'm always calling them about stupid shit. Like, but it's like, like it's a new era. People should change a little bit,
Yeah.
But let's get back to music. So they just performed an awesome fucking set, and this guy screamed his lungs out. This guy plays drums. He plays bass. That was cool, and he solved the issue with we couldn't record. That kind of sucked.
Yeah.
That was
press
my
a button,
fault.
yeah.
I apologize about
He
that.
is
But
the Logic Pro.
yes.
Yeah.
So they just performed 3 songs, which first one was Love You to Life. Then we had Devil and Drowning.
Yes.
Who can talk a little bit about Love You to Life?
So
The married man.
I can't imagine you with something like that.
that song, I wanted to make a song that was kind of like the song In the Name of Love by, I think Martin Garrix wrote it, and then I don't know how to say her name, Bebe Rexha. Is that how you say her name? She sings on it, I'm pretty sure. And I wanted to make a song that was kind of like an EDM drop, but with like a metal band playing it instead. And then lyrically, that song was like about loving someone who's like going through like mental illness, like just a tough time in their life, or maybe they're grieving or something like that, and trying to like get to where they are emotionally and like be able to like be there for them and like put yourself in their shoes. Parts of it are kind of like selfish too, because when you're loving someone who's going through that, you're just like, you want them to be better. You want them to be like, not like this shadow of like what they were before it. And so there's like feelings of like selfishness and being like, why can't you just be better and stuff? So it's kind of like, it's like hopeful, optimistic, but it's also kind of like very like frustrated too.
Right.
It's a weird
so-
mix of emotions and stuff, but all in all, you just like want to be there for that person and want them to be better.
So how do you start it? It's just somebody came with that idea on lyrics, or it's just like collectively together just start writing on it?
I think you had the chord progression and like the basic song structure kind of fleshed out, and then we collaborated on like the soundscape and every like individual part. Like the bones were there and the structure was there, but for the past couple of songs we put out, we've been a lot more collaborative, because our first album was pretty much like, I don't know percentage wise, but like 95% written by you, and then we would like change one note or something, but that would be the album.
Right.
But for all the new stuff going forward, it's a lot more collaborative. But that song was started with, a good foundation.
So you have 2 albums?
We have an album, an EP, and then a few singles that are like non-album stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So I asked you this question earlier. You guys met from high school, right? All of you, and except who didn't go to the high school together? The 3 of you went.
So they all went to Olympic High School, and then I went to Clover, and then I think junior year you moved to Clover. But we met. Me and Nick took from the same guitar teacher,
Okay.
Jim Hickey, and then
Shout out Jim.
yeah. And then Nick knew Eric from school, and then Eric knew Mike from school, and then later on we all kind of knew John through Eric and Mike, and then they're
Came
We just
very
hang
good
out.
friends.
Yeah.
What year were you guys
Drink
founded?
together, go to con.
established?
20. Well, we started jamming like probably like 2016, and it was very casual. It was like different.
So that's 9 years, bro. 9
yeah.
years, so being,
But like our first show was in 2018, along with our first release was in 2018. So that's when we say we established, because that's when we're like, oh, like it's like we can actually go into these places and play. Because
Yeah.
before we were underage, so we didn't even know where the scene was to begin with. And like,
who's the oldest?
yeah.
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 25.
Oh my God, they're all babies. I'm 41. But that's cool.
You look young for your
Yeah,
age,
yeah,
man.
look
That's
great.
like,
Fuck
yeah.
with
Good looking.
Is it the wine?
It's the wine. It's the wife.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, but that's cool. Like having friends, like from the youth, like playing together. 9 years is pretty good time. And I gotta admit, like out of all the bands we play with, you guys got a massive equipment. It's pretty fucking cool, dude. Like it's just
saving
good.
it up for 9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to see that you guys actually invested on it like 100%. You know, like I know from intro to outro, you got that shit tight, and that's good.
Yeah, and we're always looking for ways to improve with it. We're always thinking about like the next step and like what we can do. We're pretty satisfied with the setup right now. But like sometimes we'll see like another band with something and we're like, yo, you got some cool lights. Like, what'd you do? Like,
Yeah,
you know, so like little stuff where we're like,
Yeah,
oh,
the show we
okay.
played together, there's a band that had some lights.
Yeah.
Shallow
yeah.
Shallow Signals, yeah.
That was pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I invited them over to the podcast too.
Oh, really? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
they're awesome dudes from Wilmington. You know, some beach bros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the vibe. Sorry, I'll go back to the song. I love the vibe to it. It's kind of like mellow with a little bit of, like you said, anger.
Yeah.
What would you rate your level of acceptance to that song towards the people? Do they pretty like it's a you mentioned that it's probably your more stream song right now. What do you think that is for? Due to the people like actually can relate to it right now, or
I think lyrically, it was like probably the most honest song I'd written before. I think Devil, Love You to Life, and Drowning were all songs where we were actually like started really thinking about the words we were saying. Beforehand, we were just singing whatever. But I think lyrics are a good part of it. I think in general, like we've been a lighter band
Right.
and we've recently tried to get heavier. So this song is a little more in line with how we used to sound in a way, like as far as how heavy it is. It's more mid-tempo, whereas Devil and Drowning, that's us experimenting with, we're finally doing screams on songs, lower tune guitars. Like we're trying to move closer towards that. So I think after a few more of those kind of songs, we'll start having some heavy songs that get more acceptance too.
that's cool. That's cool. I also loved Drowning. That's the screaming on it was insane. And
Appreciate it,
your
yeah.
drumming was pretty cool. I
Thank
keep
you,
saying
thank
it, the double pedal. It's pretty good. You guys pretty tight on that though, the double pedal.
I
And I like the
appreciate it.
progressions in the guitar. Like I was listening to it. There's a communication in between when you guys. So when it comes to guitar writing, I know all of you play guitar by now, pretty much. I seen your video playing guitar,
Yes, man.
bass. You play guitar too?
I mean, barely.
No, he does. He does.
I'm a drummer and ice cream, but like I
You
can
were on it
dabble.
for a little bit.
I gone through a phase, especially when I was in college. I was living in a dorm. I didn't have access to a drum kit, so I was like, man, I still want to do music. So I bought a guitar and I was like, all right, let me like try this. I'm like,
It's
the right
always
hand is basically the
electric,
drums right there, the rhythm,
That's
so
good, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so in that case, I heard like when you guys write, many guitarists like try to do like you play the chord, he plays the the lead and try to. It was pretty cool. I noticed that, and along with the bass, it matches a lot of the bass drumming.
Yeah.
I heard that as well. It's like sing, like when you play and you want to have that punch
Yeah.
into the part, especially in the breakdowns.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, it's what you like when you're playing like heavy music. You like the
Yeah.
breakdown when
Yeah.
you can,
Well, I think what helped out with that song in particular is that I had it like kind of just as like a drum idea, and then I sent it to the guitar players. They were a little too guitar-y with it, and I remember we were like playing
Always.
together, and I was like,
It's
play less notes.
yes, yes.
I was like, play less notes. I want this shit to fucking hit,
Push as much
Yeah.
as possible.
And then that's where it's like boom, da, 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 boom. I'm like, I want to feel that pulse. So even though I don't really play guitar like that, I was like,
I-
play less notes.
I agree with that. I play drums. I am
Mm-hmm.
the kind of person, like a lot of drummers do a lot of cuts and chops, and
yeah.
I believe in music, shining for what it is.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're all collectively, making something cool and beautiful. So some people wants to be the star of the drums. That's cool if you're a fucking badass drummer.
Yeah.
Do a solo on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Personally, when it comes to music, I think that drummers should play what accommodates with the song.
Yeah, of course.
Guitarist, bass, in order to make a song. Like
Yeah, of course.
some of the greatest songs are like.
Yeah, just pocketed drums. I agree.
And,
I love that.
And, like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Some of the songs shine because of the lyrics, like
Exactly.
the vocals. But Drowning has that punch, bro.
Mm.
Like that punch where, like, especially in the part where it switches for him singing
Yeah.
the melody,
Yeah.
and right after cutting into the screaming,
Yeah.
it gets it. It carries on.
Yeah.
It doesn't carry into like like you know, some will say I'm gonna use an example of screaming. You ever heard El Nino? El Nino? It's like- yeah. So they do a lot of melody singing and then switch to like screaming, like hardcore.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of that, but
Okay.
you know, more of a modern style, like not the typical.
Yeah.
So yeah, the style is pretty cool. And how that came to be Drowning, the lyrics and all that. Who wrote the lyrics for that?
I mean, it was mostly me and Devin. I had some ideas. He had some ideas. I kind of based it off of what he was doing. He kind of had this metaphor with the ocean and drowning, but really it's kind of about like alcoholism or like
Yeah, I heard some of that. Save me.
Yeah.
What was the lyrics like? Sorry.
will you save me when I'm spinning in circles? Will you save me when I'm hitting the ocean floor? So it's like it's a metaphor for like somebody that's, you know, going through some sort of addiction. In this case, drowning, water, liquid, we just used alcohol, you know,
Yeah,
and
I
I think
mean,
everybody
Any
has some sort of
addiction, you
vice.
know?
Yeah,
People
exactly.
think that alcohol and drugs are the only addictions. in
No,
the world.
exactly. Yeah, you can be addicted
You know,
to yeah.
you can be addicted to like just watching TV or you know.
Exactly,
just-
yeah.
There's many addictions.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Gambling,
yeah,
whatever.
exactly. Any type of
So
addiction.
in this case, it was alcohol. So that's where we kind of geared the lyrics towards. But I liked the idea that Devin
Cheers
had.
to drowning.
Yeah, cheers to drowning. Yeah. None of us have issues. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
We're under total control.
Yeah, well, metaphorically, cheers. You know? No, but and when it comes to writing guitar, who's the one that comes like, hey, I got this line. Is it you? Like, how do you guys work that out usually?
It usually starts with Devin, and then we will embellish as we see fit.
I think guitar is probably the most collaborative part of the songs. Like John has written guitar parts, Nick's written guitar parts for songs.
Right.
Mike's come up with like not just like
And Eric
changing something, just like the actual idea originated from them. And I feel like with Drowning, I mean, you were like, take out these notes, play as little as you can, and make like some kind of noise. So even though you didn't play, you kind of like directed the idea. You literally spoke it from words.
Because it started off kind of like as like a metalcore standard of like do, and I was like, I mean that's cool, but like I want this to like punch. Like I'm like I feel the tempo, and I'm like I want people to like headbang to this, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he
So-
said like he wanted to like do like an EDM breakdown for. I wanted to
Yeah.
pop a pill right away. When
Yeah.
he said EDM, like, let's go.
No, the
yo, why
reference
not?
for "Love You to Life" and not even joking, it was "Turn Down for What" by Lil Jon, right?
that song too.
Yeah, that the drop. I don't know if you ever heard that. That "Turn Down for What," you know the song? Yeah.
And you know what?
That was the reference.
backtracking, I was like,
Yeah, exactly. So that was kind of the production reference, right? And
that's cool. You know, that's
Yeah.
things that nobody ever imagined to. Cause you
Yeah.
know. So what do you say when it comes to like this guy sending you stuff and showing you stuff and be like, hey, I got this. What's in your mind? What do you do? Like, let's fix it. Like, do you like pitch in a lot of the writing, or you just try to accommodate? How you process that?
Nick's got that style.
I don't know. I really have to mess with something for a little while before I feel like.
I see
it's
that.
something I'm
He's like the
happy with.
quiet guy that is like,
But I feel like these two guys, they come up with things much faster than I would.
I saw you playing and I saw some of the leads. I mean, I got you on camera right there. I see how you slide some slides into it, the melody. It's pretty cool though. Like
Yeah.
to appreciate music, you have to listen to a shit ton of music. I listen from salsa to reggaeton, bro. I know, you know, and I'm not a fucking. I would say I am not the best drummer in the world, but you know, like I have played enough to understand what other players do, especially on guitar and bass and all that, and what bands do, how their style become to their style, like what American Theory style it is. I'm getting to kind of like get the sense of it since I'm hearing, you know, how you guys do practice the song. It starts with an idea, and then from then on, everybody's like pitching in. Like on Drowning, you wanted a punchy song. You wanted a breakdown. Were you into EDM at the time or DJ or something?
Not really. No, my first love in music when I was like super young was like hip hop, and then I got into rock like when I got about
Okay,
to middle
elaborate
school.
on hip hop, please.
Not even like like Christian hip hop. Like I grew up like in the church, so like cheesy hip hop. But
Goes
I
upstairs listen to his Will Smith CDs.
yeah.
define Christian, because you know we could go hours on talking. No, like I'm,
I think we got a lot to say about that. We could talk about religion on this.
So-
you know what? I think religion is less censored than political right now than politics. I talk religion, politics. People will like,
You know what? That is a good point. Right?
you know, like you
it
can
is
talk
a little more
religion, probably
sensitive.
talk
to
shit about religion right now, and
it-
you'll be okay.
Yeah, it's a little more sensitive
You
right
talk
now with
politics, you
politics.
talk
Yeah.
politics, and you'll be considered an enemy of the state.
Yeah, it's true.
I
Is
said
it-
it. I don't give a fuck.
That's right. There we go. Man, for a while, our rig, we had like, I would have the laptop right next to me, and I remember I had that sound. I never used it live because I would like forget about it, but I remember for a while, yeah, I would use it in practice all the time, and I always forgot to do it live, and I always wanted to like whatever like Devin said something, I'd put that.
You know how practices can go.
Yeah.
With your bandmates, it just gets silly.
Yeah,
It gets real silly.
Can you get silly? Fuck yeah.
No, exactly.
You know what's the best part? That you practice so much to do something, and at the day of the show, you forget about it. You're like, fuck. I didn't do that shit. Fuck.
Yeah, right on.
Like
time,
me
yeah.
today, I planned this shit. I got my calendar, and I didn't do shit I was supposed to do.
That's how good we figured it
But
out.
these guys rock it out. They help out. They fucking did it. But Drowning, Love You to Life. I love that title, Love You to Life. It feels like it's not just loving you, but like it's loving you to bring you back to life. You know, like people say, love you to life. Okay. To bring you back to life. And I personally believe that loving somebody isn't, because I'm going to pitch some of my shit right here, but people think that loving somebody is the other person doing whatever the fuck you want. That's considered love now, you know, like, but truly, can you love somebody for who they really are? You know, like, can you accept their shit
Yeah.
and be cool with it and actually love that person? Because, you know, define love, that's a very broad word.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people say, I love you. No, you don't love me. You don't fucking know me. You know, you don't know what I like. But, you know, love you to life, that's deep in many ways. Because, you know, like people, I had a friend that had a daughter that was addicted to heroin. And this guy was like, you know, what they say, by the book guy. Work, dude, and his daughter which came up with that. Nothing he could do. And that dude loved his daughter. I know he did. She robbed him and all that shit. And can you know, like, I cannot imagine what it will be to be in his shoes, you know, like to understand all the shit that he went through. And he told me one day, he was like, you know, like, I love my daughter, and I it might sound harsh what I'm about to say. I hope she's dead, because it sucks more to see her suffer.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like some love in a way, you know, like, damn, a parent would say, oh, I want her to be recovered and all that, but he knew she was never gonna recover.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some subjects that, you know, like in songs, personally, I think that songs help you out to get through shit.
100%.
All the time. Like, you know, I keep saying that when you play songs and people relate to them, like, you know, like they feel good about it. I have felt good about many songs that helped me get through shit. I'm sure many people have probably, like you said, related to the lyrics and make it through, you know, like, and so that's something that not everybody gets, because they don't hear from the people that make the music, you know, like you just said it earlier, you know, I want somebody to, you know, feel like, you know, like it's love and wanted to be the 100% that person, but also anger, because, you know, you get angry, so it's like, it's a lot of deepness into the fact that when you love somebody to be alive again, you know, you're gonna leave some of you behind as well, you know, with it. So it's pretty cool shit. And, you know, like drowning, we're all gonna drown in alcohol.
Get a
But
refill
yeah,
after
no,
that one.
drowning as well. You like, you know, like I like you said, we have it
Yes, sir,
under
me too,
control.
bro.
Cheers.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Speaking of drowning, yeah.
Now the
Second
good
verse.
one, Devil.
Well, I think with all songs, I will say, before you speak of Devil, because you wrote the lyrics for that one, I think with music and with art, it's like being real, and either with something that you've dealt with in the past, deal with right now and you kind of express yourself, or somebody close to you has dealt with. With Drowning, with Love You to Life, those songs are personal, but they could be personal to us. They could be personal to somebody close to us.
Right.
And I think that's how we kind of got an influence. And I think that's kind of similar with Devil, but you wrote the lyrics for that. Really, I mean, I helped out a little bit, but that was mainly you. Man.
Well, to begin
I
with, Devil.
love
Devil as in devil, like the Diablo.
El Diablo.
El Diablo, yeah. Oh,
If I tell you a secret, you wouldn't believe it. Most people believe that the devil is Satan, right? But if you go to ancient Hebrew, Hasatan means adversary, right? But if you read the ancient Hebrew scripts through, the Paralynian Bible, even God called himself devil as well.
Mm.
He was an adversary to the Jewish people. So in reality, if you're based on that, devil doesn't exist. It's just an adversary. That's what it is.
Interesting.
So I mean, I'm just saying, like, throwing it out there. But people so you need to have something to love so you can have hope, and you need something to fear so you don't fear.
Yeah.
You don't go that way, strive into humanity. But that's another subject. I'm not gonna get into it. Let's keep going on to the devil. How did that become to be?
I think I don't remember who it is that we saw, but we went to a show and we saw a band that was really good live, and it kind of made me want to write a song that would just rip at a live show. Like something that we could play that just like we know it would translate well live, like the crowd would really get into it. And we wanted to write something heavier. We wanted to use some low tune guitars, like I was saying. So that was like the first song that came from that. And I kind of like just demoed it out, just really rough guitar part, nothing like what it is now.
And that is in what tuning?
It's dropped G sharp. So by today's standards, not really that low, but we were playing in E flat standard. So it was like
so it's
big drop
C
from there.
sharp.
Yeah, 15 years ago,
G flat.
Yeah, it would have been pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first song that we brought out the 7 strings. Cause
Okay.
Before that, we were 6-string, drop D boys, and
I
then we were
refused to
7-string.
conform for a while too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he learned it all on a 6-string and pitched it down.
Pitched it down to drop G.
And he was playing the leads too.
So you
were-
both play 7 strings?
Yes. Now, currently, we finally got to the point where our set list.
Oh,
would be,
kind of like Korn, huh? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I found a 7-string online that I really wanted, and it finally convinced me.
You gotta get it, man. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, so you guys wanted more like a song that was accepted and people could just
Yeah, it just we had a lot of like the songs that we put out before Devil were us kind of. I personally feel like we were overplaying, like we were a lot of parts, a lot of ideas crammed together, and Devil was just like, what if we like just let it breathe and kind of just backed off all that, just keep it as simple as we can, trade space with the vocal and instruments, and we had this synth line that we came up with that was just kind of like we'll trade the vocal off with this synth line and just make it as easy and simple as possible. And then let's just move around and have fun live and just see what happens. And then I think after we put that song out, it felt like other bands in the scene kind of started taking us more seriously.
Right.
Just seeing us play it live. And they felt like we had finally started to dial into like writing a cohesive song for the first time. So
I think that's the hardest part as a band, to understand what like you have to actually listen to what the crowd wants as well, because like you go to a show to have fun. I mean, a lot of the shows that I have played when we started or people plays is for other bands, because you don't have a strong follow yet.
Yeah, you're opening.
You know what I'm saying? Like you had to build up, and I know you guys do have a follow because I saw that day. You guys already have a build up follow, so your listeners already know what you guys have already to offer. But yeah, it's important that you like you said, let it breathe, have this part on the guitar, and it is noticeable into it. And like sometimes the name really had nothing to do with the song. It's more like like, oh, let me listen to the devil song.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But like it is true, and I personally liked it. I like the fact that it has cool breakdowns in it. And I was like, I did notice the low. I didn't know, like some people like like listen to music for different situations. So some ones they don't even know what the fuck they're saying. Like I know a friend that listens to like some Swedish dark metal, and I'm like, bro, you don't speak that shit. But he's like, and he sings that shit with like passion. I know he's learned the lyrics. And I said,
Wow.
did he translate it?
Well,
I was like, don't.
well, music is all about feeling. Like, there's so many songs that I'm like, I don't even listen to the lyrics first go around. I'm like, I love this song. Like, it's a certain feeling it gives me. And then, like, it'll be like months before I like read the lyrics, and I'm like, it's subconsciously connected with me without even knowing. Like, I was like, oh wow, like I actually kind of relate to these lyrics, and I didn't even know that. It just was the vibe of the song.
I can relate to
Yeah.
a verse on a song. That's happened to me. Like there's one part. There's a song that I love by Tool. You heard Tool
Yeah,
before?
of course, yeah.
Anima.
Anyway, yeah.
So that one part where it says, "I wanna see it all go down, but please flush it all the way." That's the fucking part I wait for the whole song. Cause maybe I wanna see it all go down. Who knows? But like there's songs that you actually and Devil has that feeling to it. Cause trust me, I listen to those songs. That's why I ask bands when they come, what songs are you gonna play? So I kind of know, like when you guys play with Drowning, you can see the camera. I'm going with
You're going.
I'm going with the, because I knew what it was. So. And it's like it's difficult. Piece of advice: when you see the live, it's so much different what you hear to what you hear in the earpieces.
Yeah.
I will take out the verse 1, 2, 3.
Man, you just exposed us. We don't play to a metronome. Trust me.
Hey, you know what? We tried, and I was so drunk I fuck it up bad, but I still somehow swing it. And I was like, oh, shit. We did a mix where like you had the metronome here and the vocals here. I was playing without the earpiece.
Really? Oh shit! No, I could not.
Oh yeah.
No, I've like almost always been on Click. I think we did like our first show without Click, and then when you hear like the playing live, you have the adrenaline.
Yeah.
When we have the adrenaline, and then you hear like everything bounce back in the room, especially in smaller venues, like you just tend to rush. And then after that, I listened to like a video, and I was like, yeah, I need to be on Click all the time. Like even if I like feel like I'm locked in rehearsal without a Click, like I got to be on Click. If not, like I'm gonna get too excited and rush everything, or slow down on like very slow songs.
It depends on what I'm drinking, how much slow down. Like if it's beer, I stay steady.
That's true. I mean, I feel like with post drink or pre-show drinking, it's always a balance. You
I don't
wanna
drink before the show.
You don't?
I
Okay,
drink
yeah.
during the play.
Okay.
So like water.
I thought you were gonna be like, oh, I stay sober during the show.
No. Like, it's like water, and then when I'm going into it, like 4 beers fucking straight.
I mean, I think we've all, at least the members that drink, we've all gone through it to where we have one too many beers, and we're like,
Fuck yeah, that's the best part.
after
That's
the
the best
show,
show.
after the show, we're like, maybe one less beer and we would have been perfect.
I feel like the best situation is just to have like 3 before we go on, and then no more.
It's very situational though, because sometimes you're opening.
That was calculated, man. Right now.
Sometimes
How
there's-
about 3 before you
Yeah.
go on and 6 when you
Yeah.
go on? That would be the perfect.
It's
man.
very
No more on
situational.
stage.
Though.
Just
I mean, if you're
3 before
opening,
you
it's
go on.
different than
Well,
if you're
we
headlining. If
play
you're
a
headlining,
show
you got a
with-
lot of time.
Like I said, our bass is in a little, vacation. So we play with a guy. Yesterday, I'm a fuck was drunk. I know he's gonna see this. I love you, Tucker.
Yeah.
But he almost knocked out my cymbals, and I was like,
Yeah.
no boy, bad boy.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, but he was.
Yeah.
He told me. I know he was nervous to play. Like
yeah.
I mean, we only practiced 3 times. I understand. It takes time to learn the song, and even if I go in feeling for a drummer, I'm not gonna play the fucking song like he plays it. I'm gonna add on my cumbia.
Yeah.
rhythm on it,
Okay. Yeah.
So like it's just, I understand. I kiss him in the ball head. I'm like, you're forgiven. Don't drink next time. But yeah,
We've all been there.
the show we played together was my first time showing you, seeing you guys. Which I'm sorry because I couldn't stay. I have a baby that I had to come pick up,
Completely
and I
understandable.
was shit faced already. My mom and I drink way plenty, but you guys fucking sounded amazing. One of the things I do admire is that you guys have the dedication to stick to the metronome and all that. Not all bands do that. Not all bands. There's some bands like me, like let's just fucking swing it.
Well, we're also very digitized. You were talking about our rig earlier.
Yeah.
The investment that goes into that. A big part of that
Right.
is in-ears, but also guitar and bass-wise, the MIDI switching for going from a rhythm patch that you would use for like a chorus or a breakdown, that'll automatically switch to a lead patch, so you're not doing tap dancing during the show. Like you're just hands-free.
And then you got time to actually play the
Yeah.
music.
And I feel like our live performance has gotten better since you guys started doing that. Because then it's like, oh, guitar players could just focus on playing guitars. They don't got to worry about pressing pedals and stuff.
Yeah.
And
And going back to the point
Yeah.
of making songs easier to play live, because we used to try and show off, like, hey, look what I can do, and like
They
have
were
very
so
complicated.
yeah.
I'm just struggling to try to keep my throne on play. So you guys
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
got, something. But, it's fun. Like, you guys been 9 years together. Some bands maybe 2 years, some bands 3 years. There's probably way better bands than us, and they probably haven't even played a show.
Yeah.
I have friends that can play insane guitar on their own, but they can play with, it's just music is magic, and it happens only with a certain amount of people. That's why a group of people, a band, it's
Yeah.
like, it's something that, especially a band that has songs out there that are, being listening to somewhere, you go on your Spotify and all that, you see all the countries that people listen to it. You're like, damn, somebody in the morning was listening to my song and or our songs and felt good about it.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool, though.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
think about it, you live in a little mark in the world.
Mm.
It doesn't matter whether you play to 25,000 people, which, it could happen. I know you guys got the talent to do it. But, like, I am definitely that you guys already make a mark in somebody's life. Like, for a fact, that day of the show, it was one girl that said, I traveled from Georgia to come see these guys. I was like, damn, that's fucking far.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like, you got somebody from, I don't know if you met her or no. She was
Maybe.
I was like, you should go tell them to
Yeah.
sign your shirt or something. But yeah, she was like, yo, I drove like 4 hours to come see the show.
wow.
I was like, that's fucking cool.
We met another guy that came from, I think, West Virginia,
Yeah.
which was like 5-6 hours, and it's like that is crazy to think that people would take the time out
Right.
of their day to come and see us. So
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's a mark that you're gonna live forever. Cause I don't think. Well, yeah, the world's gonna end. You even got a song called "World Ends."
Oh,
So-
yeah.
so,
yeah.
So,
that's
yeah.
yeah.
deep cut.
It is. Yeah, it is a deep cut for sure. That was off of our first album. Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna happen. But hey, those 3 songs, when you see them, they're badass. But I am really happy you guys made it. I know it was a little bit of technical difficulties, but we worked
No
it out.
worries.
And
Yeah, we did it.
we had
yeah.
some good wine. We had some good
Delicious
talking.
one, yeah,
Now,
appreciate it.
would you say you have any shows coming up or anything that might be interesting to check up on, guys, and give you your handle for your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter? I know it's X now.
Yeah, we don't even got that. Nah, fuck that.
Fuck X.
Nah. But
Fuck
yeah, we
Elon
got
Musk.
Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, all the streaming and stuff. Everything
So
is
when they
at
can-
American Theory.
So if people is to search you up, American Theory,
Yeah.
you guys have like Bandcamp or anything like that?
We have Bandcamp as well.
Bandcamp,
Yeah. So Bandcamp. If you Google American Theory, I think there's not a lot of American theories out there. So
There's American History X right next to you guys.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's gonna show like our faces, and then it's gonna show like some presidents or something, and then ignore that. Nah, but that we have a headliner, which we haven't done a local. I mean, we did the Rooster with
Yeah,
you
right.
guys. That was in Gastonia, but like really Charlotte's our home, and we're doing that show on February 21st.
Where at?
It's at Snug Harbor.
Oh, that's a good venue. I
Oh
love
yeah,
it.
that's
I'm
like
gonna
one
be
of
there, guys.
one of my favorite venues.
Matter of fact,
we
I'm
go
gonna
there.
bring my
We sit
little
there.
boy.
We're
We're gonna
okay.
do one more podcast outside the fucking Snow Harbor.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I go there like we go there for shows,
Sunday.
Sundays
That's
for karaoke. Yeah, great times there.
Yeah. That's actually my wife and I used to get shit faced on Sundays there. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Today's Sunday.
I met my girlfriend there.
Yeah, today's Sunday. No. But yeah, so you guys playing when there? February what?
21st, I believe.
Yeah, 21st.
Everybody, you better be there February 21st at Snow Harbor.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
miss it.
You fucks.
And you guys, you say you were recording some stuff and gonna drop it off.
Yeah, right now we're recording our second album. We had an album that we were recording a couple of years ago, and we just released an EP like a couple of years ago from it because we cut a lot of songs. So this is our true second album that we feel pretty proud of. I love these songs, and we're even playing like 4 of those songs.
Half the sets.
Yeah, have the sets new songs because like
anybody that comes to that Snug Harbor is gonna hear unreleased music.
yeah,
That's cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
exactly. So we're playing it, we're recording it. So it might be a while till it drops because we're taking our sweet time with it. You know, trying to get everything dialed in. But
But you listen to it on February 21st.
exactly. So you'll get a little sneak peek of that. Yeah.
There you go. Well, thank you guys for coming. And again, the Instagram is American Theory.
Yeah, at American Theory. Yeah,
American Theory. Then the
Mhm.
Facebook is the same thing.
American Theory.
What's
YouTube,
the American?
American Theory.
There you
YouTube
go.
American Theory. Yeah, everything American Theory.
Spotify.
And it's not on the far right. I promise.
Definitely not.
Nope.
Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
for
Yeah,
having
thank you.
us.